Mr. Chairman, Mr. Holder, it is provable beyond a reasonable doubt, in my judgment, that Maine Justice had actual or constructive knowledge of gun walking, both in Fast and Furious and beforehand, and I'm going to prove it to you. March of 2010, DOJ, not U.S. Attorney's Office in Arizona, DOJ assigned a prosecutor to Fast and Furious. March 2010, Gary Grindler, who I believe is your Chief of Staff, knew about straw purchases and Fast and Furious and seizures in Mexico, and it doesn't take a very good prosecutor to ask how weapons got from Phoenix to Mexico. July 2010, a memo to you through the acting deputy AG. That memo specifically mentioned Fast and Furious. It specifically mentioned straw purchasers. It specifically mentioned 1,500 firearms supplied to Mexican drug dealers. That's July of 2010, 1,500 firearms. April 30th, 2010, a memo from Maine Justice employee Weinstein to Lanny Brewer. ATF let a bunch of guns walk. And then the rest of the email is worrying about the negative press connotations that may have come from that. Not how to fix the policy, but how to mitigate negative press consequences. October of 2010, Jason Weinstein and James Trusty swapped emails and specifically mentioned gun walking. And Mr. Attorney General, that email is so illustrative of our frustration with the notion that Maine Justice did not know about this. I'm assuming that James Trusty is a Maine Justice employee. Am I correct?
I believe that's correct.
All right. This is the email. And they're specifically talking about Fast and Furious, and in fairness, they also mentioned Laura's Tucson case. They say it's a tricky case given the number of guns that have walked. But it's a significant set of prosecutions. The email back to that is, I'm not sure how much grief we're going to get from gun walking. It may be more like people are finally going to say, we went after the people who sent guns down there. Now, lay aside the merits of that argument. How can you deny that people in Maine Justice knew gun walking was going on before that February 4th letter was sent to a member of Congress? That doesn't even get into the wiretap applications. That doesn't get to the factual predicate that a member of Maine Justice would have had to have read. All of this is before February 4th. That whole series of evidence predates Mr. White sending a letter to Congress denying the tactic. So my question to you is this: who participated in the drafting of the letter?
Well, first, this is going to be one of those rare instances. You're right. There was knowledge within the Justice Department of gun walking. It was related to a wide receiver. And
Mr. Attorney, with respect, I don't like interrupting people, but with respect, several of these emails specifically mention Fast and Furious. I'm not talking about wide receiver. Love to have that conversation some other time. Well, these emails and memos specifically mention Fast and Furious.
They mention Fast and Furious, but do they mention gun walking in Fast
Yes,
and Furious?
they do.
No,
that's my point.
I'd like to see those. Those I would like to see.
We got them from you. So, I mean, we got them from Maine Justice.
Let's do this. I've promised to give you all some information. I would really like to see a memo that says gun walking and Fast and Furious. I'd like to see that one.
Well, if you're looking for a videotape confession, I probably can't give you that. But what I can give you is an email from two Maine Justice employees back and forth specifically mentioning Fast and Furious. It's a tricky case given the number of guns that have walked. I don't know how it can be any clearer than that, Mr. Attorney General. And my point is this: the February 4th letter.
The gentleman will suspend. In order to get to the truth, we're going to take a 5-minute recess and have the documents given to the Attorney General. I've got too many people behind him trying to give him instructions on what it was and what it wasn't. We will, nobody leave. Please get the documents to the Attorney General. Take what time you need. Use my conference room if you need it.
Oh, I can stay here. We can stay here. Yeah, we can stay here.
I would. I don't care. I'm not trying to catch.